Two cars, both of mass m, collide and stick together. Prior to the collision, one car had been traveling north at a speed of 2v, while the second was traveling east at a speed v. Neglect horizontal outside forces on the cars, such as friction from the road on the cars. What is the ratio, K final over K initial, of the final to initial kinetic energy of the system, just after and before the collision? So initially, you have something of mass m traveling at v and something of mass m traveling at 2v. So the kinetic energy, which doesn't depend on the direction, is going to be 1/2 m1v1 squared plus 1/2 m2v2 squared. And we know that m1 and m2 are m without the subscript, and v1 is v, v1 is 2v, v2 is v. So it's going to be 1/2 m times 2v squared plus 1/2 m times v squared. And if you work that out, you've got so 1/2, so 4 halves m v squared plus 1/2 m v squared is equal to 5 halves m v squared. Sorry, that's kinetic initial. Finally, we need to find what the final velocity is, and there was an earlier question in which I conserved momentum and solved for the final velocity. So you had to conserve the x momentum and the y momentum. Use Pythagoras to find there's the final momentum, 2m times v final is equal to the magnitude of the initial momentum. Solve it all down, and we ended up with square root 5 divided by 2 times v. So v final, let's just copy that over, is equal to v final is equal to square root 5 divided by 2 times v. And so the kinetic energy final is equal to 1/2 of 2m, is the final mass, times v final squared. So that equals 1/2, 2 halves, I guess, m times the square root of 5 over 2 squared times v squared. So we end up with m times 5 divided by 4 times v squared. So it's equal to 5/4 mv squared. And it's asking you for the ratio of kinetic final divided by kinetic initial. So this is kinetic final. So kinetic final divided by kinetic initial is equal to 5/4 mv squared divided by 5/2 mv squared. So it's just equal to 5 divided by 5, and then this ratio is 4 on the bottom, sorry, that's a 5, and then this 2 flips up to the top, so it's equal to 5 over 5 times 2 over 4, so that's equal to 1/2. Hopefully you followed the math there, and that is answer B.